Let's start off the year right by reviewing some subscriber Shopify stores. Yo, what is up everyone? Shri Kanase here, and today we're going to be reviewing some subscriber stores to really get a better understanding of where most of the common mistakes are made and what the easiest fix for these common mistakes are, so that your dropshipping journey becomes a piece of cake. But just a little disclaimer, before someone goes on a rant and says, dropshipping is not easy, why are you spreading false info? You should get sued, you should shut down your YouTube channel. Yes, dropshipping is not easy, but when you're working with the right strategies and have a right base, which is your Shopify website in this case, you will find it much easier to find success with Shopify. Which is why I decided to go ahead and review some subscriber stores, because I don't know about you guys, but for me, I find it better to learn from other people's mistakes, because I do not want to make mistakes which will cost me a lot of money, and learning from others' mistakes is the best way to learn right now, which is why I'm doing this video. But before I continue talking about this, if this is the first time that you're watching one of my YouTube videos, go ahead and pause this video for about 2 seconds, and first of all, smash that like button, but also be sure to subscribe. I'm putting out quality videos for Shopify every single week, and these videos are going to help you get ahead in your e-com journey and make it a little bit easier for you, guaranteed. But if you're one of my subscribers and this is not the first video that you're watching, still go ahead and pause this video to like this video to show some support. But let's just jump right into the first store. And by the way, before jumping into the specific stores, I have not gone over any of these stores yet. All I have done is copied the links. So this will be the first time I'm going over these websites, and it will be my first impression. Now, just so you guys know, I always like to view every single Shopify store I see, especially if it's one of my subscribers or students, as if I'm the customer and I'm going on their website to buy something. So let's go ahead and paste the link for the first store, which is cutecases.com. Right from the name, I can tell that this may be a store that's related more towards phone cases, which does seem like it is in this case. But right from the beginning, the first impression that I get of this store, right from just scrolling through one time, is that this is a very simple and bland Shopify store. There's nothing really too creative about this store. It just looks like it took the owner about 2 to 3 minutes to make this Shopify store. If this is your Shopify store, just know that my reviews are 100% honest, and my only intention is so that you improve your Shopify store so that you get more results. But right from the beginning, if I were a buyer, I would immediately be turned off because I see a product right on the home page, which is not something that you should do, and the About Us page is advertised on the home page. I'm not interested in the About Us or one specific product if I were a customer. What I would rather prefer to see is a collection of items. So instead of just having one single product on the Shopify store, and if you run a one product Shopify store, then by all means this is what you should do. But if you're running a general store or a niche store with more than one product, you need to have a few collections on the home page so it does not look too empty and people can scroll through the page and immediately click on the item that they like. You want the items which are selling the best to be on the home page, because immediately when someone goes onto your website, they type your URL and they scroll down, they have most likely come to buy your best selling product because it is the one in the highest demand. So definitely have a collection or a few collections of products on your home page with the best sellers at the top, so it makes it easy for the customer to immediately go to the product page itself instead of having to do any type of typing or searching. The less work that you make your customers do, the better your chances of selling your products and the higher the conversion rate. Remember this and live by this rule in e-commerce. As for the main images, we can see that these images do look high quality of the phone cases themselves, but I preferably would suggest just having one single photo instead of 3 different ones, and the one single photo being the highest quality photo possible. There's really easy ways to find high quality photos. All you have to do is just go to Google and type in whatever your niche is and then high quality photos. So let's do a quick example for this store. Let's go to google.com, and the easiest way to do it, just type in your niche. So for this specific store, it would be phone cases, and then type in high quality photo. It's as simple as that, and then click on images, and all you have to do is find a few images of some product which is also on your Shopify store. And it may take a little bit of searching, but once you find a few images, choose the best one and put it as a single image right here so that it represents your entire brand. But if we go back, we can see that this photo looks a little bit neat. It's not directly the photo of the phone case, but rather a zoomed out version, and then there's a little gift box in the back. So this is indirectly implying that people could buy these phone cases as gifts. So straight up we can see that these are good high quality photos that could do much better than the ones this store currently has. But to avoid any type of risk, what you want to do is at the very top you want to go ahead and click tools, and from tools you want to go under usage rights and you want to choose labeled for reuse. The main reason why we have to do this is because some of these photos may be copyrighted, and if you have a copyrighted image on your Shopify store and the original author of that image finds out, they have the ability to sue your Shopify store and take it down. So just to be on the safe side, you want to make sure to go to tools and then choose labeled for reuse. This looks like it is a great photo because someone is holding it. So photos with a lot of social proof do really well, especially for the main brand image. Definitely look into it, and this goes out to every single one of you who has a main image on their Shopify store. But moving on from that, let's scroll down and go into the specific pages. So we see that they have the products menu with the sub menu for phone cases, screen protector, free iPhone case. Okay, this is a big no-no because it immediately labels your Shopify store as cheap, and that is the last thing you want to put inside your customer's mind. Free plus shipping offers generally work well for Instagram influencers, but if you plan to scale your Shopify store and use Facebook ads in any way, immediately get rid of any free plus shipping offers because it is again going to label your Shopify store as cheap. You want to put inside your customer's mind that this is not some cheap Shopify store which just sells free phone cases, but rather high quality phone cases which they should pull out their credit card to pay for. And these phone cases are worth their time. So psychology works really well with Shopify stores, and you really need to put a good impression in front of your potential customers. Let's go ahead and go to one of the product collections and see how the product page looks like. So right away we can see that there are only 2 phone cases available, which again is a little turn off because your collection pages should definitely not look empty. I generally recommend that you have at least 1 full page of products on each collection just so that it looks filled up and not too empty, and so that you add some weight to it. And by weight, I mean making your customers feel like this is not some store that they put up in about 2 minutes just to loot people's money, but rather something that is real and genuine and really sells stuff and high quality stuff. So let's go ahead and choose this leather pattern iPhone case and look at the product page because this is the most important one. So it looks like this is on sale for 50% off, and there was a pop-up for how many people are viewing it, and 1% has added this item to cart. This is a little bit unprofessional because it still has the logo of the app developer on the pop-up, and it's 2019. People have realized that this is pretty much fake. You will generally do better off without such pop-ups on your Shopify store, but let's go ahead and look through. The first thing I see is that shipping calculated at checkout. There's really no need to have this sentence at the very top because it could easily be put at the description. You don't want to distract your customers from the main information, which is the pricing, the colors, and the other variants that you have. So this is kind of a bit distracting. It should definitely be included at the end of the description, and it should be talked about a little bit more, such as how long the shipping takes and what they should do if they face any problems with the shipping, which is contact you at your support email. So this kind of information is really crucial to have at the end of the description just to add more trust to your overall website. But if you look through the specific variants, we can see that the photos are pretty much high quality. They're directly imported from AliExpress, as you can see. And if we look through the different colors, we can see there are different variants and different options. One thing about having a lot of variants that I generally do not like and try to avoid is having too many options. When a person has too many options, and this has been proven by psychology by the way, they generally tend to get really confused as to which one to purchase and actually end up not purchasing anything. Can you believe that? So having extra variants kind of works against you, because let's say I'm a customer. I came looking for an iPhone case and I wanted specifically a leather pattern iPhone case, but now that I'm on this website, I see that they have different colors available, but oh wait, I really like this white iPhone case, but oh no, I also like this brown iPhone case, and oh, this red iPhone case really looks dynamic and would be perfect for my iPhone case. What the heck do I do now? I'm super confused. Okay, maybe I'll just purchase it some other time. Forget about it. And then I go ahead and exit, and that's it. I'm done. Potential customer is just lost. That's why you want to kind of limit your variants to only having a few specific ones to get the best bang out of your buck. And the material is fine because this is for different iPhone models, but the color is where you should really kind of be picky and choose the best colors. But let's go ahead and scroll down, and again I see a little bit of a timer, which is not needed above the description because it is 2019. I already know this is fake. 89 items left in stock. If there are only 89 items left, why is this timer all the way at the beginning? So these kind of questions pop up in a potential customer's mind, which can really harm you instead of benefit you. So definitely stay away from timers unless it's on a special occasion like a holiday or a Christmas, but generally stay away from them. And description, main part. Right away, I see a lot of black text in the description. Not that I have anything against the color black, but this straight up looks really bland and boring. But let's go ahead and read the description. Perfect iPhone case for anyone. Okay, but what do you mean by anyone? Do you mean little kids or old grandparents? You need to kind of narrow down the description and have more emotion to it, not just be throwing out straight facts, because emotions sell, not facts. Facts act as secondary motivators, but in the front is emotions, and emotions really drive you to purchase something. Let's continue reading. The leather gives your phone a professional design. Use it wherever you go, into a business meeting, a date, or at home. If you're into vintage, business, or just looking for a phone case, this is perfect for you. Okay, it gets a little bit better during the second half, but the introduction is kind of boring and it immediately drives someone off. If you think back to your school days when you had to write essays for school, your teachers would always tell you to start off with the hook, which really attracts your customer in. This is not a good hook because it is driving me away instead of attracting me. So start your sentences off with a lot of emotion and keep on adding more emotion, especially for a bland product like an iPhone case, because there is no real passion towards iPhone case. People just buy it just because they need protection for their phone and they don't want to break their expensive phone. So in a case like this, you want to even have even more emotion to the description. But it looks like they did talk about the delivery time and also have more of the compatibility for which iPhone these cases work for. But overall, a very boring description with just black text. If you can, add more color to it because it is really going to pop out and keep your customer engaged with the description and make them want to read until the end. One other thing that I generally like to do is go ahead and right click on the white space and click on inspect. What we're going to do is look at the product page in mobile view. So this is how it looks like on a mobile device, and this is the most important view because 95% of people do their shopping on mobile devices. So again, in order to go to this page, you want to right click on the specific white area and click on inspect. And then in the top right, if this is not what you see, you want to go ahead and click on toggle device toolbar. And it will toggle from desktop view to mobile view. So right now this is how it looks on a mobile device, and clearly this pop-up right away is kind of irritating because you can't even close this pop-up right away. You have to wait until it goes away, and in this case it's not even going away, which is really driving customers away because we can't even see the image. But let's go ahead, and it looks like it scrolls down with you, which is really again annoying, and I can't even close it. So if I were a potential customer, I'd be gone by now because I can't even do proper shopping without any distraction. So let's go ahead and refresh this page. So hopefully this pop-up goes away, and yep, it looks like it's gone. Let's scroll down to see how it looks on a mobile device. And right away, one thing I'm noticing which is not good for this website is that I'm having to scroll a lot. As I already mentioned, if you make your customers do a lot of the work, you're going to drive them off. So try to get rid of this white space that is between the title of the product and these images so that there's less scrolling that a person has to do, because whenever I choose a color, I have to go scroll up and then scroll back down to choose a different color and then scroll up again. This is really annoying, and it is making a potential customer do a lot of work, which is not good. But if we scroll down, we can see that they have the add to cart button and buy it now. Okay, that looks good. And then again, a lot of space between the timer, and the number one thing they should do is take off this timer because it's unnecessary. And if we scroll down again, a very small and bland description, nothing really interesting. One thing I always recommend, and I also recommend this in a lot of my other Shopify videos, especially the one where it goes over the description, do check it out if you haven't, but you should have an image in the description or a GIF. That is really going to keep your customers engaged to the page itself and keep your description interesting to read. But now that we've done going over the landing page, let's go ahead and look at the final page, which I believe is the most important, which is the About Us page. And this is where the brand effect gets created, because people really start trusting in your vision and your Shopify store through the About Us page. So right away, I can see that this is a very small About Us page with no sort of images anywhere in sight. Again, images are a really important part of any description that you write, whether it be for the products or the About Us, because it just visually looks appealing when you have some images to go along with the text. It looks like this Shopify store did introduce a founder, which is good and something that you should do, but again, this could be elaborated much more and a lot of more emotion could be added to this About Us page. Stories sell the best, so if you can make a story regarding your Shopify store and include it in the About Us page along with a lot of other photos, your Shopify store will be on its way to 6 figures. But again, for important pages like About Us and the product description, try to really take more time into crafting these pages and giving it a high quality look. But overall, there are a lot of improvements that this Shopify store could make, and hopefully you guys saw a few things that you could improve in your own Shopify store from the review I did of this Shopify store. Let's move on to our second subscriber Shopify store, which is atlasenroute.com. Now right away, we can see that this is a much more professional Shopify store from the last one that we saw, because of just the high quality feel that this has, and also because it is a custom Shopify theme. Now this does not mean that if you use a free Shopify theme that you can't reach a look like this one. I personally used a free Shopify theme for the first 6 months of my Shopify journey after I scaled it to 6 figures. But nonetheless, this Shopify store looks very unique and professional right from the get-go, and this is really going to favor this Shopify store when it comes to customers trusting the website. The logo looks very interesting and nice. They have a contact button at the very top along with the support email, which is something that I recommend. And I actually made a video on top 5 tweaks that you should make on your Shopify store. The link should have popped up in the top right. Check it out after watching this video. But let's go ahead and scroll through and see what we can find. So featured collection, aha. This is what was lacking in the last Shopify store we went through. So right away we see products. This is what we're interested in. And we see different products, not just one product. It looks like a lot of them are high ticket items and a lot of them are backpacks. But this Shopify store starts out with a few featured products followed by a collection list. This is exactly what I recommend, because once people get an initial look at the products that you're selling, they want to go ahead and see the various collections that you have, so they don't end up thinking that, oh, this is just a backpack store, I'm not interested in backpacks, I'm interested in cosmetics. So having collections lets potential customers know that this store has a wide variety of items, especially if you're a general store, and even if you're a niche store, you can have various collections within that specific niche. One other thing which I really like is that they have an online tab at the bottom right along with the support chat, so a customer can directly chat with these owners if they have any type of questions or concerns. I'm going to really go ahead and quickly chat with them and let them know that they're on a YouTube video. They're on a YouTube video, just so they are aware of what's happening. But anyways, let's continue. They have our goal section right below the collection. Again, a really good strategy to have. You need to have some sort of vision for your Shopify store, and you need to include it at least in your About Us page or like the homepage like this Shopify store did. And this is perfect. This is a high quality photo with some high quality text describing their goal. And then if you scroll down, they have our guarantee, which again adds more trust to the overall website. One thing that I would remove is this section right here. Your main goal should be to capture emails via pop-ups, not through this section, because you're going to have a really low conversion rate for your emails through this section. So just remove it completely, because it is just taking up space and making your website slower. But let's go ahead and go to one of the specific products to see what their product page looks like. And let's go to this camouflage backpack. Okay, again, a timer, which is not necessary. Again, this store would do much better without the timer itself. And let me go ahead and go into mobile device view right from the get-go to see how it looks. And the photo looks really big and nice on a mobile device, but the online tab is kind of distracting and hovering right over the buy it now button. Trust me, this is going to drive away a lot of your customers and lower your potential conversion rate, because this is overlapping the most important button, which is buy it now. So I would either completely remove this or only have it show on the home page. But let's scroll down and then see what else we can see. So frequently bought together. Okay, looks like it's upsells. And this is not a good place to have it. It should be at the very bottom, because right when they scroll down, they should see the add to cart button. Again, you want to make the customer do less work, not more work. This is making me scroll all the way down. Add selected to cart is really confusing, because am I adding these to cart, or am I adding the initial product I was interested in to cart? So as you can see, really distracting and driving away a lot of customers. I have not even seen a hard-coded add to cart button yet, and again, I still don't see an add to cart button. So I think this is the only button this store has, and it is covered by the online button, which is really bad. And this looks like it's the description, and then customers also bought this. There's a lot of upsells going on, but not any work done to sell the initial product, which is really bad. So I would remove all of this unnecessary stuff like this and just have an add to cart button right below the title, followed by the description, not all of this unnecessary junk which is driving away people. So this is a really bad thing, which is maybe why the store is not doing as well. The homepage looked really well, but the product page is really bad and it needs a lot of improvement. But let's go back and go to the About Us page to see what kind of About Us page this specific Shopify store has. And hopefully it is better than the product page that we saw. So About Us, it looks like they have a specific quote to start it off, which is really good. And this About Us page is lengthier than the last one we saw, but this is still lacking images, which is something I recommend for the About Us page and also the product page. And doing a quick read through, I can see that there's some emotion involved, but that emotion can be elaborated much more to really hone in as to why atlasenroute.com was created in the first place, and how it can make your customer's life easier and better. But other than that, the main improvements could come on the product page itself, because that is first part of your funnel where an initial customer goes through. So that needs to be absolutely the best that it can be. But overall, the homepage is very nice, but the main improvements need to be made on the product page. And now moving on to our third and final Shopify store, and this Shopify store is mygeniehome.com. So right away from the announcement bar itself, I can see that this person has been watching my YouTube videos, because this is exactly how I recommend to have the announcement bar. You want to give some sort of motivation to a potential customer as to why they should purchase from your Shopify store, and right away if they see a promo code at the top, they're going to be much more inclined to purchase from you. And the main image looks really high quality, but the one thing that is problematic is the logo, because I can barely see it. Let's scroll down and see if they have products in the beginning, and it looks like they do. The initial collection is called Trending Now, which is a good name to have because it lets customers know that these products are possibly trending. And it looks like a lot of different kinds of products. Seems like a general store. And let's scroll through, and then again products are followed by the Our Collections, which is again a good thing to do. All the collections have high quality photos, which is really what you should have. And one thing I really like about the Shopify store is that they have a support phone number and an address to go along with this, which is 100% going to install a lot more trust into a potential customer's brain and their heart. But let's go ahead and go to a specific product page and see what kind of product page they have. Okay, so from the past two product pages that we saw, this is one of the cleaner ones, and it is much more professional. The photo itself is really high quality. They don't have any unnecessary pop-ups or timers, and they have a trust badge right below the add to cart. And the add to cart button is really visible. Let's go ahead and go to mobile device view again and see how it looks on a mobile device. Okay, perfect. It looks really amazing. Promo code can be seen at the top. Scroll down, just 2 scrolls and I'm already seeing the add to cart button. And I can, along with the add to cart button, see the product image itself. So I barely had to scroll to view the add to cart button. And what is, again, this is going to do is make your customer do less work and make them more inclined to purchase something from you. Let's scroll down and look at the description. Okay, they have a very nice layout for the description, and they also have photos in the description. Just look at this. Look how professional and unique and neat this looks. Instead of a description where it's just all black text and bland, they have bolded text at the very top, followed by unbolded text, followed by a photo, and then a bullet point list. So again, exactly how I recommend in my videos to write your descriptions, and another photo at the very end, followed by our guarantee and also some trust badges. From the past 2 product pages, this is the best product page I have seen so far. And this is also followed by product reviews. So this is the way to go when it comes to creating a professional product page and having everything in place. This product page has everything in place correctly and exactly how I recommend. Let's go to the most important page. Oh, okay. When I scrolled up to the press the X button, this pop-up came up to capture my email. This is another thing I recommend to have rather than having the initial section on the homepage where you let the customer enter their email. This gives me the opportunity to get a 10% off my first purchase if I enter my email. So not only is the Shopify store owner getting my email, but they're also motivating me to purchase because they're offering me a 10% off coupon code. But let's go ahead and continue to the About Us page and see how it is. Okay, so a very short About Us page again. The About Us page could definitely be improved with more images, but I like how the signature of the owner pops up in the bottom, which is really unique, and not a lot of Shopify stores do this. But besides that, having more images is really going to improve the chances of creating a well-rounded brand. The only things that is really lacking in the Shopify store, as we can have seen, is the About Us page itself, because the home page was on point along with the product page itself. So this Shopify store is already on its way to 6 figures. The only few improvements will come through the About Us page. But let's go ahead and really quickly look through the other pages to see what we can find. So track your order. They have the option to enter the tracking number and track. Contact us. Let's look at that really quick. Okay, they have a contact us form. And they have the refund policy, privacy policy, terms of service, etc. at the bottom as well. So everything else looks pretty organized except the few changes I mentioned. But hopefully this video gave you a little bit more insight as to how you should be really working with your Shopify store and what kind of small mistakes you could be making and what the solutions for those mistakes are. What I want you to really take from this video is that the landing page, the About Us page, and the main homepage are the 3 most important factors to success with Shopify. So really take time in crafting them and make them high quality to get the best bang out of your buck. But if you guys found any type of value in this video, and if you're still watching until right now, first of all, thank you for watching all the way to the end. But don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you guys next time.